How is everybody? Who am I? What do I do? Does it matter who I am? Does it matter what I do? What brings your interest to this channel in which I create videos, in which I share what I see, what I perceive as my knowledge. My knowledge does not have to be correct. It does not have to be right. It just has to be the story. If I see a bird, I will say, look, there is a bird. If I hear somebody say green, I will hear the word green. What do? I bring another level. I create a bubble to a straight line. I color things that are white, and I whitewash things that are dark. I find averages in numbers. I find calculations in numbers. I look for calculations in numbers. I try to understand odds. How do they get the odds? What makes the odds to be what they are? I need a mathematician to help me with certain things. I have the questions, because what I am looking for are the patterns. And within the patterns, I bring words closer together through math equations. I make a base equation, which is addition and multiplication. We also can use minus, but there's realities we have to face when doing all of these. I am going to show you for an example. If I want to see a plus sign, my only way in a builder's formation to build a plus is to create a window. The best way for measuring to see that it's straight is to create the X through it. But each and every individual area can create its own X. So there's 4 times X to where there was 1 times the plus area. So you can multiply what? Should I be using this and this? Should I be using this and this? Well, on the in our numeric pad, there's a story that's being told. This angle is 3, 4. 3 to in between, what connects 4? 3 numbers in between, what connects this number to that number? In between here and here is 3, 2 numbers in between. Here and here, there's 2 numbers in between. So if I'm going to cross counting on my plywood, and I'd like to say that my plywood is this size, 4 by 8. Would it be 4 by 8 this way? Or should my plywood be 4 by 8 this way? Although it's 2 by 4 in what we see, this is actually just multiply that by 2. Nothing is 1. And really, I should go 4 by 8, but I don't want to create that size. So let's say I have half a plywood. What did I need to do to cut half this plywood? I cut it in length. I cut it in length, right? If this was, let me see, let me do the whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So in order for it to look like that, what did I have to do? I had to cut it like that. Lengthwise. Is lengthwise known to be vertical? Or is the width known to be horizontal? I ask these questions. I break things down. I look at the word. How many letters? Is there more than 1 syllable in horizontal? How about the horizon? What would be for vertical? Is it vehicle? What is, and there's at the end of it, it ends in CLE. Vertical. How do you spell it? How many syllables are in the word? What is the letter count? The letters in the alphabet, okay, I base it on this. Red and black. Then I go over to the ponies, the horses in North America. If it's standard bred, 1, 2, I use those numbers. But if it's thoroughbred, 2, 2. 1, 2 becomes the E world and Earth. 2, 2 is Mars. Remember that. Venus in the spirit, female. What is Mars? 2 and 2. No spirit, male. The spirit comes from the male that passes through the moon. Where do I get these numbers and why? The numeric value for the word moon, M-O-O-N. M in basic language for the children of the creator of who we are. We are all the children of all ages of the creator. I give thou not no name, for thus a God only divided us all up. Gates of the divide. Was it many sections that came together to see if they can live in harmony since they vibrate on different levels? Or was it the earth's vibration and the holy, what can you call it? I don't even want to say it because I'm not really sure how to say it. I don't want to even get into that. I'm into who am I and what do I do. If it's a letter, when I was born and I went to school, I learned that the letter A was the first letter in the alphabet. But according to the dice cube, it also shows me that A is inside B and A is part of E. It's what makes D and A part of E. But not only that, this also makes C and B part of what is E. Now what's ironic, and I want to cry, can't you see the horseshoe? If I take this 3 dice and I want, right, and I want to place this dice on top of this dice, okay, in order to become that dice. So if you take a look, right, at this, French has a term for this angle, okay, and that's accent grave. This is aigu, A-I-G-U. So it says gate, it says cube, it's going to tell me the female, it's going to talk about, I'm just trying to think. You see, this is 1 and 1, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 becomes 1 and 2. The male and the female coming together, 1 male, 2 female. 2 Venus, okay. They say men are from Venus, women are from Mars. Let me look that up. Men are from Mars, women are from stop it, I didn't. Okay, so I can't make this up. Whatever I do is from what has already been done. Men are from Mars. Men or man, because it's more than one. So if it's men, E-N, like an N, Dean, R, if you take away the R and you put a C, this is your 360 creation in REICHE. It's ace. R is ace. It's another, because you can change the words around and see what the differences are. It's 6 times 3. It comes into the spirit of the half-life. It comes in through Ra, the 18th letter. 1 and 8. In fact, it'll say Haraja, because when you say number 18, in French, they say 18, they're saying 10, 8. Now the word 10, okay, is an association of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it ends up at 1 at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So now if we do this again, 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10. Plus 4 is 10, plus the 1 at the end is 11, because we turned 10 into 1, starting all over again. So what do? The word, I just look for anything, like the word one, O-N-E, as a 34-letter count. Now I'm going to do the mathematics, what I can do with 3 and 4. And I made a mistake speaking to a mathematician on Friday. I sort of forced him into thinking something when I already had the answer in front of me, but I was being rushed. And I just had to stop the situation. You have to just let me do what I have to do. 3 and 4 and 4 and 3. Okay, doubles. 4 times 4 is 16. 1 and 6 will create what is AF. If you say F and you're French, it almost sounds like half. F, 1 and 6 is the polarity of this cube, the greatest polarity. It is the letter P. Maybe it's for parking. What do we use the letter P for? We use H for hospital. HO, number 23, 5 and 3. And I'm not going to get into that right now. So 4 times 4 is 16, and it is the letter P. And 4 plus 4 equals to 8. And that is the letter H. Now the reverse cube of 4 is 3 times 3 equals to 9. Or 3 plus 3 equals to 6. Okay, so now 9 equals to I, and 6 equals to F. I mean, it's almost like the phishing scam, right? This is what your result is. And so you have P, and so this is what it is right over here. Now there's other things that go in here. How can we create 6? We can create 6 with 5 and 1. But if we're creating 6 with 5 and 1, okay, I have to put the hyphen with this, right? If I create the 6 with 5 and 1, then I'm going to create the 8 with 2 and 6. So if I'm going to create the 6 with 4 and 2, I will create the 8, okay, with 3 and 5. Now if I go ahead and create the 6 with 3 and 3, I will create the 8 with 4 and 4. And this is the situation of 888. So what about the next 8? Well, we did 6. We did not do the 1 and 7, 8, and the 0, 8. The mathematics to get this is 88. Do the math, add them up, you'll see what you get. It'll be this. So 88 to 66 to highway 80, okay, replaced highway 66 basically. So this was what was an R as in route, and this is what they called the interstate. The 9th letter and the 8th letter created by 3 times 6 equals to 18. 3 plus 6 equals to 9. So this is what I do. I need to find where everything comes from. And the numbers will match up. There's only 9 of them. So you find the number 1. Will you find number 1 anywhere else? In fact, 16 will create 1. Mathematically, of course. And counted to a single digit. And this is what it looks like. I'm just trying to remember the number. I'm trying to remember. Yes, the greatest distance on the dice is 16. So we need to do things about 16. Even in the game of pool. Okay, there are 16 balls. And there is the white, okay, which is a ghost because it has no number, right? But there's still 16 balls. And then there's the 8 ball, black. Numeric value, 65 and 29. 6 and 5, 11. 2 and 9, 11. And 30 and 18. What I do is I do the multiplication and addition. The thing is this multiplication and is this addition? That's my question. Okay, in fact, I'm going to just show you that this basically is what would be the addition. sorry, the multiplication. But you have to understand that if we're hanging something on the wall through a pin, we'll shove the pin here and the book will hang. Just give me a second. Hold on. So here's the book, right? It's not the, hold on. So when you put something up on the wall, the book will now be on this angle. So that multiplication and that addition is going to look a little bit different. Okay? It's not in the middle because I don't know why, because I don't know if I can prove this point, but everybody knows this is the way it is. It's this, and it's this. Now, what the value of this area is, apparently it's 35. But if I do the whole value connecting to this, okay, it would be 35 and 8, 8, 8, 8, 17, 17, 17, 7. So you'd have 68 and 32, 15 and 1, 3, 6, 12, 135. M and E. Matter, number 77, and energy, number 74. The total is 151 and 42. So it's the AE, it's the EI world. It is the division of the houseway by the seventh gate of what is the matter and the energy. We're running through the seventh gate of Mars 7, 11. 5 times 1, 5. 5 plus 1, 6. 6 and 5 equals 211. Now why 7? The numeric value for 5 and 6 is 3. The numeric value for 6 and 5 is 7. This is the alphabetical count. 7, 11 in its own word. 5 times 6, 5 plus 6 is your 30 creation of day. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. It is the birth in the sun. The IR is the only alphabetical letters, okay, in the 9th house, okay. There are only 2 of them. The reverse alphabet is 27 times 2 equals to what is 54, the numeric value to the sun. 2 and 7, if it's misunderstood, it can look like 77. You know, and you can say it and make that mistake again. You can end up with 7 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 times 2 is 4. 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. So I need to understand this scaling over here, how our computers work. I can tell you a little bit about each number. Zion, Israel, 0 on this 2 over here. 128 is actually going to be in the second level of numbers. I'm going to try and see if I can show it to you what second level numbers is that when you multiply or you divide 4 by 3, you will end up with 1 point something. So the number 1 shows up here first. When you divide 5 by 3, you'll get 1.666, 1.333, 2.333, 2.666. Here you'll get 1, 2, 3. So once you get to this level over here, 1 shows up here, but it shows up over here. 4 and 3, 7. 7 and 6, 3, 4 and 3, 7. 6 and 1, 7. You see the crossing linear? It's not in a square. It looks like we're sections of 6 of 9. It's never all 9. 6 of 9 and 7 and 9. Even in the alphabet on the telephone, the Q used to be here, the Z used to be here. They took that on the ATM where the number 1 starts up here, and they put Q and Z on the number 1. Q is the 17th letter. Z is the 26th letter. They total 43. The house of DC times 2, 2 cubes, 86. The house is 68. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. The numeric value for cat, the numeric value for X, the reversed alphabet is C. What is all this? CAT, the third letter, and the first letter equals to 4, and the 20th letter, 24. Cat has a 3-letter alphabetical count, which is 3 times 27 equals to 60 and 21. So we're talking about the cube. It's on ice. It's by 1/3 in time. It's in the house of where the 7th gate is relevant with Venus. And what it is in the 7th gate is that with a total of 9, it's 6 with 1 spirit at the 7th gate. And I'm only going to tell you, I can tell you this, but now I can show it to you here. That where you see that 1 dot, okay, where you see that 1 dot, let me just have to scratch myself. Where you see that 1 dot, is area 51, where the spirit lies in Mars. And this is according to this truth here. This is 2 and 7. And when you do the artwork, if you can take a look through the artwork, you know, you have this section over here, and you have this section, and you got this section over here. And so your 7 area looks like a numeric value 8. Either these two are together. Now, because it's on this angle, in the French language, they call in this, they do a this over the E, or they do this. They also have what they call a circumflex over letters. A, E, different letters. Arts and entertainment. Energy for the angels. The E world spirit coming into you because the Word of God, the Word of the Creator has been in front of us forever and eternity. Except we had a lot of missing pieces. We had to understand how formats in cell phones and formats in what is in the puck in hockey, because the puck in hockey, you can see it that way. You can also say PCU. And I like the way we have also stick. And what else is there? Because there's a lot of CKs in hockey, 3 and 11. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 1 and 2, 3. One creates the other. They go together. I do not know what they all mean. I'm alone here. We have to work together, me and the cat. I love you. I do love you. I don't know if I pay enough attention to you. I really don't. I really don't. And I have to tell you something. I want to tell you something, okay? You want me to tell you what I'm telling you? Listen to what I have to tell you, okay? I know that we're being listened to 24 hours a day for every thought that goes through our minds. Some of the thoughts that go into our minds that are not acted out, because remember, if I do not pat the cat, that is an action that I'm not doing. If I do pat the cat, is it an action I'm not doing, but I'm not doing some other actions at the same time? How am I patting the cat? Am I giving it real love, some love? Because deep down inside, you know exactly what you're doing. And then, if your wires aren't hooked up properly, you might say, I don't even have to think about that. That's stupid. Why should I know what I'm doing all the time? Everything is a decision, and a decision of choice. You have the choice to choose, or you have the right to refuse. But in life, if we don't plant the seed, and we don't gather the rain, we don't drink and we don't eat. We came into the soul as a spirit. The red blood flows into the blue veins. Electric, we are. Fleshy robotics. They left us the word. We just have to put it together because they're listening to us cry right now. They know they have set us up to understand what pain is all about. To know whether the coal was being used to power the train or the hot coal that you picked instead of the gold. for reasons that we do, for reasons that we're here, for whichever those reasons are. On the tombstones, there are these two letters. Pay, none. And the value of that is 80 and 50. They are the reverse of May and August. After August 23rd, there is going to be a change. I do not know what it is. Remember, 80 and 50 is 130, 13, 136, 613 laws of Moses. The numeric value is 17 and 14, which is the gateway in the sun. It is reduced to 5 and 8, equaling to 53, 8 by 5, 40, and 13. It is the blue earth and the moon reduced to. So as you see, I may not have finished the equations that I went through. You might be asking yourself, well, why didn't he finish? I lose myself sometimes, many times, most of the time, and very often. That's part of the game that I work with. I get thirsty, I get tired, and I hurt. But we must move on. Because I talk not only for me, and it's things I also hear from others. Oh, I can't do it. The thing is focus. Have a plan. Plan it out. Right now, August 23rd. I think it's a nice time to get the fridge full, have a lot of foods that we can go camping with that don't have to be refrigerated. And the reason for this is it's just like a dream, like it's not even real what has happened in history. Look at history. Maybe you're not interested, but look at history. What happened in history? What happened in the 1940s? What happened in 1920? Do they have something on the internet called like all the wars ever fought? List of wars, Encyclopedia Britannica. You know, this war is the war of Big Dick. You know why? You know why it's the war of Big Dick? I'll show you why. Because of that. Okay. DIC 493. It's the war between the DC for us, for our lives, for our soul. List of wars. So you tell me. Okay, all these wars. Look at all those wars, right? You see them all? You see them all? Okay, you see them all? See them? Okay. Here comes my question. When you have two sides, forget about war, it's now a game. This side and this side. Who made the equipment? Who made the equipment? Well, guess what? Viceroy or Schlesinger or whatever it is makes the equipment for both sides. They don't care. So how do we not know that those who manufacture everything aren't the ones starting everything just so they can have something to sell? Has it ever happened to you? Can somebody come forward and tell me it's happened to them? Because I'm only repeating stories I've heard that it's happened to others before. So everything you think you know because of what you heard, the only reason you heard it, because somebody else heard it. But how many really saw it? And how many were paid to say they saw it? If I was the only news in town, you'd only know what I shared. But it can't be possible. Who created the TV? Who's invested in this or that? Do I only do numbers? I like to say, no. I like philosophy. Even if I don't know which category I'm in, because I don't lose my mind to figure out whether I'm talking about philosophy, but it's anything to do with the mind. I don't understand the categories. I've never taken time to be that secretary who puts everything in order that you can find something after. Me, if I find it, I'm lucky. I'm usually busy out there treasure hunting for another word. So the alphabet. And then there's different numeric values that go with the word. Mighty Messer Carpenter keychain. See where it says in the top corner? The sum, the cross sum. Hold on a second, I need to see it for myself. It says right here.